So I went to the public talk by Toshikazu Kawaguchi and I had an absolute blast. Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. So today we will be talking about the trilogy that broke me again, but this time I actually met the author. Words can imagine how lucky it felt like since he is an international author, and this is the event organized by the Japanese Foundation along with Kinokuniya. But he was in Malaysia for the Georgetown Literary Festival previously, and then the next day he just immediately went to this event at Kino, and it was amazing. I found out about this event by chance from commenter Connie Kong 4685. Thank you so much for the info. The session at Kino was divided into 3 sections, which is the talk, the Q&A, and the signing event. I arrived I think 15 to 20 minutes early, and at that time the crowd was still very small. I managed to get a seat at the front row, which makes me so happy. Previously, when I go to events at Lit Books, I would be so self-conscious to sit at the front row because I don't want to shove like the camera to the author's face. But this time there's a good distance between the audience and the panels. So I was able to sort of discreetly record him without feeling like I'm shoving a camera to his face. So I think that's pretty great. As the starting point got closer, the crowd just grew bigger and it was amazing. They even sell the books there. There's even like a Chinese translation as well. I bought my physical copies from Popular Bookstore because I got discount. So yeah, buy the copies at Popular for the discounts, but go to the events at Kino. It turns out that he doesn't speak English at all, so he had a translator with him, and despite all that, it was still very smooth.
Did you enjoy your time at the Georgetown Literary Festival?
いや、もう最高でしたね。
It was
美味しいものいっぱい食べました。
I ate lots of delicious dishes.
So I will include clips from the session, and be warned that I will put the subtitles. I will sub him according to the translated words from the translator. And I don't speak a word of Japanese, so any inaccuracies, please let me know. He is so adorable. He's so funny and so polite. Here's the thing about humor and sincerity. It just transcends language. We might have language barrier, but you can tell. He's like so animated in like in his every gesture, in the way he delivers his stories. He talks about his career journey and how he experienced writer's block.
一番違うのはやっぱり脚本はセリフだけを書いとけば、あとは稽古場で役者と、いろいろ打ち合わせをしながら進めていくことができるんですけど、小説は1から10まで全部自分で書かなきゃいけないので、それがすごく大変です。僕にとってはやっぱりその違いが一番大きいです。
He also talks about the origin of this trilogy. Apparently, it happened because his friend died of cancer. That is what spawned this book for him, and I felt like, wow, that makes a lot of sense.
で、その時に僕も自分の友達が亡くなって自分もいつ死ぬかなんて本当にわからないなと思って、もう一度小説に挑戦しようと思いました。
One of the things that touched me the most was that how he talks about the one story from the second book that is very, very close to him in real life. Is about a man who is struggling at his career, and he is trying so hard to hide it from his mom, but his mom is always supportive of him, and he talks about his relationship with his mother.
苦労もしてたので、いろんな思いが込み上げてきて、手紙を書きながらもうボトボトボトって涙を流しながら書いたのを覚えてます。周りの人が引いてました。その母の手紙の中にも、あなたの母親でよかったっていうこと書かれてて、多分お互いに手紙で泣いたんだと思うんですけど、すごい、恥ずかしいですけど嬉しい思い出です。
Seriously, I was close to tears, and you can tell that it is his personal life, his real life challenges bled into this work. The funny thing is, right now, when we reach the Q&A session, his answers are very hilarious.
Why does the cup pourer must be female?
When I was reading this book, I keep thinking like, why does it has to be coffee? Why is it not tea? Because, like tea is more associated to Japanese culture. But he says like, no reason. I just feel like coffee sounds better as the title, and it just sounds better the whole way than tea. So when I was reading this book, I was like, I wonder why did he put coffee? Is it because of the upcoming coffee culture in the modern world among millennials and Gen Z? Or is it about like, say, how coffee is a symbol of nostalgia or something? But it turns out he's just like, nah, it's because it sounds good. I feel kind of stupid for overthinking it.
なんですごく深い意味が実はないという。
So there's actually no deep meaning behind it.
ごめんなさい。
Sorry to disappoint.
It pretty much shows that when we're reading something, sometimes we put too much weight over something that actually carries no significance whatsoever. But we also got a lot of good news from him. Apparently his story just being auctioned in Hollywood, and I'm not sure if that's a good news or bad news, because I'm kind of scared if Hollywood's gonna butcher it. And frankly speaking, I wasn't even intrigued with the Japanese live-action adaptation, because it just looks so different than how I imagined it should be. So I just ignored it. I'm afraid that Hollywood's gonna do a much worse job, so...
We are going to pretend we didn't hear that.
Also, another thing, it turns out there's already a volume 4, and he just finished writing volume 5.
今は、本当にちょうどこのマレーシアに来る前に5作目を書き上げることができまして、今は本当にゆっくりしてます。
Apparently volume 4 hasn't been translated yet. It still hasn't got any international release. So I'm waiting for that. And apparently according to him, it says that the translated version for volume 4 will release around 2023. So can't wait about that. Volume 5 might come out sometime later, but maybe that's the non-translated version. But it would be great if you release the translated version of volume 4 along with translated version of volume 5. So after that, we have the final session, which is the signing session. Yeah, you can tell the line is just crazy. My other signed books from an international author is actually Elizabeth Lim. But at that time, Elizabeth Lim just signed the book and the signed copy just sold at Kino. But this is the first one that I got where I actually went to the author and signed it. So you can see it's a very beautiful signature also. It's the same thing with the other books as well. I'm actually really happy on how he comes to Malaysia and that he is enjoying his time here.
めちゃくちゃいいです。もう日本帰りたくないです。今日本は冬っていう寒い季節なので、もう本当僕寒いのが苦手なんで、もうこのままマレーシアに住んでたいです。
I don't know what it's called, but it's something I tried at a hawker stall in Penang yesterday. It's like a fried food with crab inside, and then they chop it up with a big cleaver, and then they pour the spread like spicy sauce on top.
So to conclude, I had so much fun. I feel like this is totally worth it, and that Kawaguchi sensei, I really hope that you will come to Malaysia again. We would all welcome you. It has been a blast. And also, big thanks again to Connie Kong for letting me know about this event. Otherwise, like, I probably missed it altogether. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
What would you advise a person who is interested to write a book?
いい質問です。
Very good question.
とにかく、最後まで書き切るということですね。
Whatever happens, just write all the way to the end.
途中で読み返してダメだなと思うとなかなか進まないので、僕はどんな時でもとにかく最後まで一回書きます。
If you stop halfway and read it, it's going to make you have second thoughts. And so personally, I also never reread what I've written until I get to the very end.